U2 are here. After playing some shows at the Air Canada Centre, clearly the crowd is ready for it. When you look at yourselves and you hear people refer to you as the biggest band in the world, and then there's the reapplying for the job thing, did you guys smack them? Don't say that again, reapplying for the job.
That was the best band in the world we were reapplying for. The biggest is easy.
Just to be big.
The big doesn't really matter that much, really. And, you know, there's been a lot of really crap rock bands at the top of the charts. When we say the best band in the world, that doesn't mean like you will be next week or you were the week before. But on a given night, if the spirit is with you, you know that you're the best band on the planet. Tonight, we were the best band on the planet. Next week, it could be Radiohead. You know, next week it could be the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It could be Oasis. But at the moment, we seem to be having it a lot. We're having it our way. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of competition for that mantle. And it is a kind of bollocks thing to say, but I say it because it looks really good in the morning newspapers, annoys people, and I feel that's part of my job as singer in U2.
Well, you've given the reporters such great fodder over the years, especially when it comes to just the bollocks and to be cocky. The question I guess people wonder, are you an insecure band at times? Do you ever ask? Band people?
No, man.
Man. You're an insecure man.
Yeah.
Gentlemen?
They're not insecure. If you're secure, you don't become a singer. Do you know what I'm saying? If you need 20,000 people screaming "I love you" a night to feel normal, you're a singer.
And we found out he just plays bass, so he doesn't need the 20,000 people. Could you play club gigs generally and get off the same way you would in front of 20,000 people?
Actually, we did a few club gigs not so long ago, just out of curiosity and sort of try out some of the songs live before we did the tour, and it was so scary. It was like really intimidating for us. We came on stage like, ooh, they're right there. It's like, ow. And it took like
a body
three.
odor.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Yours or theirs?
Yes.
Oh, his, okay.
So it took about 3 shows to click back in, but it was a good experience. I think we could do it again. I think by the end of like 3 club shows, we'd actually rediscovered how to be a club band again.
I don't want to play in the clubs. I spent my whole life trying to get out of the clubs. We've worked, whenever you hear bands going, yeah, man, really like to get back into clubs, that's where it's all, they were never there, you know? And we're great when we play stadiums, we play these arenas, we turn them into clubs. That's a much greater trick.
Agree? To be an arena rock band in this day and age is very difficult in that most of the arena rock bands today have different sensitivities. You know, and by that I mean...
Sensitively put.
Yes, well, trying to... The whole show me your seems to be such a bit... And it always has been, but there was a balance. It doesn't appear to be too much of a balance. So when you're playing at the Air Canada Centre or you're playing the Molson Centre, as you will, in Montreal in a couple of days, you're walking into a mindset of people who are just used to, hey, that smells like summer, and oh, look what she's showing. Are you disappointed with big bands, best bands, and the way they treat people?
I don't know. It's just when you know, I've been to a few of those shows and I know what you're talking about, and I think what it is for us is our band is being put together, it's built, and the songs are constructed so that you can't sing them or you can't perform them and play them unless you step inside of them. So, I mean, I actually would love in some ways to be able to fake it, if you want to, you know, because there's a some nights when you go out, if you're feeling shit or, you know, you've just got a cold or you miss your family, and the idea of that tonight has to be extraordinary can wear a bit thin. And I would love to be able to walk out and sometimes be able to just, you know, do whatever they do. But you try singing Pride in the Name of Love and not be committed to what's going on in that song. Try performing a lot of our songs. They're just kind of designed that way, that you can't fuck with them. you know.
Speaking of that song, I caught the Elevation tour in Atlanta. In Atlanta, you made a comment about how through your 20s, your hero was Martin Luther King. Through your 30s, it was Coretta Scott King. Or was it teens and 20s?
That's interesting. Yeah, that's right.
And it was something neat that I noticed in Atlanta, and this was kind of bizarre. There was a lineup beyond belief to get into a museum of a soft drink manufacturer. Just down the road was the Ebenezer Church, the Baptist church, near Yissel.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, boy, you two would probably take something from this.
Yes, well, I do try to get out. I mean, I'm like, on that level, I'm kind of mixed up. I got a Catholic father, I had a Protestant mother, and I feel equally as uncomfortable or comfortable in most churches. But I do check out a lot of gospel churches when I'm, especially in the U.S., because those white folk, you know, it doesn't work for me a lot of the time. But when I hear people saying, you know, like in those gospel churches, the way they sing, then I can feel God is in the building, you know, and so I'm attracted to that, and I would have been, I'd have checked that out, you know.
I believe it's, as Cab Calloway
Amen.
said, you know, to the Blues Brothers, you boys need some churchin', which seemed to appear. Some more U2 videos, Beautiful Day on Much.